Hey everybody, it's Cindy. I was asked to provide some details on the cataloging system that I use to go hand in hand with the Get Organized Challenge 2015 with Tiffany Spalding of the Totally Tiffany Company. This is not in any way related to her products or her system. This is my way of participating in the challenge in a way that works for me. And this catalog system for me works great so far. So I hope it is helpful to you. Feel free to adjust it in any way. And the file will be downloaded below so you can access it. Yeah, the first step towards building a catalog to go along with Totally Tiffany's Get Organized Challenge. First step for me was to number all of my envelopes where I keep my dies and my stamps and my embossing folders. I keep everything in the same place in fridge bins on top of a cabinet. I don't separate them out. If you separate them out, you're going to want to come up with a numbering system like S1 for stamps or D1 for dies. All of mine go together, just intermixed, simply because it's easier for me and I don't have that much anyway. So I'm going to number everything. I didn't do it in any kind of order. And for this picture, it's 42. That's the way it's going to go on my spreadsheet. So my spreadsheet will, now I'll go in and put, this is a Tim Holtz stamp. It has a clock, it has a bird, it has a heart, it has a truck, an old car, a date tag, a little house, a heart. Those are all my keywords, and this will go in themes and themes A to Z. And I will show you how to do that next. So the next step then is to go ahead and put things into your spreadsheet. You have it open. Here's the number, which is the number of the envelope or the number of the location you're going to store things. This is the type. I have stamp, dies, and embossing folders. You can add to those. The category is Totally Tiffany's plus I add one for me, which makes sense to me. You may not use it. It's sentiments and words. I like to know when it has an individual word like a calendar year or a word like hello. I want to know when those words are there because I look for those quite a lot, right? So that's your category, and then your keyword goes over here. So in the example I was using, which is 42, I'm going to do that it's a stamp. I'm going to use themes A to Z, and then I'm going to put clock, and then I'm going to do another one, themes A to Z, and I'm going to put bird. And since I a lot of times look for a certain image that comes from a specific artist like Tim Holtz or Diane Reevely, those kind of stamps I use. Some Unity stamps, Angie Blom stamps, I absolutely love her. I'm going to look for those. So I'm also going to use one of my themes is Tim Holtz. And this does not, this does not go directly along with the way Tiffany would use her system because hers is different. You keep all the themes together, you keep all the calendar year together, you keep all the individual things in the individual sections. For me, this is how I'm going to go and look for it. So I'm going to look for a theme. I'm going to search for, let's say I want to do flowers. I can go in here and search for flower, and I'm going to know that I have stamp 6, stamp 10, stamp 25, stamp 82 that have flower or flowers as the keyword. And that works perfectly well for me, and then I can go to my fridge bins on my cabinet over here and I can look for them. So I'm just going to add this, and I'm going to keep going. What did I do? I did a clock. I did have there's a little house on this stamp set. It's Tim Holtz. There's a heart. Stamp set themes. Truck. And because of the way my brain works, I'm going to use, wow, there we go, themes. I can't type this morning. I'm also going to use old car because that's something my brain will look for. And it also has a date tag on it. And, ooh, the umbrella guy, I almost forgot him. Umbrella. So if I'm looking for something that is a figure of a man, I'm going to look for man. That works for me. We're all looking for the right man with the umbrella, right? And then I'm going to also put ring, because that's what that's going to make me think of when I see the umbrella guy. And I'm also going to put in distressed, because even though that's not technically a theme, for me, I'm going to look for distressed stamps when I'm working on projects. I do a lot of mixed media, and sometimes I want something that looks kind of worn and vintage. And then the other theme I will look for is steampunk, because that is one of my favorite sort of themes when I do the mixed media stuff. So that's my stamp catalog. I also use it for dies and embossing folders. For the most part, it's fairly simple. And then all you have to do is, once you get them all done and you save this, all you have to do is highlight all 4 columns and then click filter. And then you'll be able to either choose a keyword, or you can search from right here and just put in raindrop. And I know that I have one stamp that has raindrops on it. It's relatively simple. You can sort it however you want to. So for me, I'm going to sort by column C, which is the category, and then I'm going to sort by column D, which is the keyword. And I'm actually going to sort by one more, which is type. So it's going to put all of my dies together. It's going to put all of my, oops, what did I do? Let's try that again. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to sort by type first, and then by category, and then by keyboard. So all of my dies are together, and I don't have many of my dies done yet. Then all of my stamps are together, and each one of those is sorted by category, and then by type first, and then by category, and then alphabetically by keyword. So in my alphabets and numbers, the way I do alphabets and numbers, it's a stamp, that's my category, and then I have a 1-inch number, a 1-inch dollar sign, I have a 1.5 inch A to I uppercase, a 1.5 inch J to P uppercase, and so on. And then I get down into calendar year, which is, so my calendar year, I have 2 Christmas stamps cataloged so far. I have 1 Easter stamp. I have a whole lot of fall. I have some Halloween. I have some spring. And keep in mind, this is 37. This is also 37. So I catalog it. This must be a sentiment stamp that has a whole bunch of different sentiments. 37 must be. So it must have like Happy Easter, Happy Fall, Happy Halloween, whatever. So that's the way I keep track of my sentiments and my words. But I also keep track of it by calendar year, because I know if I'm working on a spring layout, I'm gonna go look for spring words. Or if I'm working on a Halloween layout, I'm gonna go look for fall, because I want leaves and I want pumpkins. So that's basically the way I use it. It works pretty well for me so far. I've actually started a project, actually found myself using it because I wanted a specific stamp, and thank goodness it was one of the ones I'd already gotten through. So I was able to go and search for it and get it done. I hope this helps you. If not, you know, anytime if you have a problem with it, just message me and I will be more than happy to help you.